Hey guys, I'm learning TFT and I'm sharing my learnings with you so that you can learn and I can learn better as well. In this video, I have a coaching session with Ripple. This is a coaching session where we went over a bunch of my Tactician's Trials games to VOD review what I could have done better. This was done on 16.3b patch, but I was really focusing in the coaching session on getting back to fundamentals, which are going to be useful for any patch or any set. And I want to relate that to a meta mindset of the day, which is know when to break the rules. Before I do go into that, I want to, I will also do a kind of key ideas intro section that summarizes some of my really big fundamental takeaways from this. So if you want to jump ahead of the meta mindset, either to go to my kind of initial summary of the big ideas, or to jump straight to the coaching session with Ripple, take a look at the timestamps in the description below. So the meta mindset is a philosophical, psychological segment that I do where it's designed to help you get better at TFT, but also help you think about how to use TFT as a metaphor for your life and apply it to your life as well. So the meta mindset of the day is knowing when to break the rules. Pablo Picasso said, learn the rules like a professional so you can break them like an artist. And so a big part of this coaching session is that I was following a lot of pre-established rules and guidelines that I'm familiar with, which when you're a new player, a lot of more experienced players will say, okay, you should level to 6 by 3-2, you should level to 8 by 4-2 and do your roll down then. And yes, that's how you get to understand the fundamentals. But then the really interesting part is knowing when to break the rules like an artist, or if you want to get to the truly elite levels in TFT, learning when to break the rules is essential. And so that's a big part of what I learned in the coaching session. Miles Davis said, you have to know the rules before you can break them. Otherwise, it's not breaking the rules, it's just ignorance. David Mamet said, rules are a crutch for the unimaginative. Schopenhauer said, you ought never to take any man as a model for what you should do or leave undone, because position and circumstances are in no two cases alike. So this one's applying it more generally in the sense that a lot of times there might be people who convey themselves as experts or a teacher or a mentor. And while it's useful for them to share their perspective, anyone that states that something is absolute and that you should, quote, never do something, I would always take with a grain of salt because, and this is one of the key ideas that Marcel talks about in his Reddit post about how to improve as a TFT player. One of his big suggestions was to basically never follow the rule of never. As in, if someone says never do X or never do Y, you should always ignore that statement because there is almost always an edge case to that. Similarly, in life, if a teacher or an expert or a boss tells you you should never do this or you should only do things this way, I would always be skeptical of that because what works for someone else in their situation and their circumstance and their value system and what they're optimizing for may not work in the same way for you. You may have different goals, you may have different value systems. And so, what someone else is trying to accomplish and the strategies and tactics that worked for them may not work for you because you're not that other person. And so, just like in TFT, when you watch a pro player play, instead of saying like, "Oh, this player always picks this augment," think about why their situation might be different than yours. An example of that is Setsuko. Setsuko likes playing really high tempo, high variance play, going for winouts, which is extremely high skill expression, but also extremely challenging to pull off. A lot of times he would go like fast nine and pull off a perfectly executed roll down turn when he gets to nine. which 95% of other players would not be able to execute. And maybe part of it is that you want to practice that, but someone else's style that plays in that way might not work for you, especially if you don't have the context that they do. Carl Jung said, "It is no teaching and no instruction that I give you. On what basis should I presume to teach you? I give you news of the way of this man, but not of your own way. My path is not your path. Therefore, I cannot teach you." And this vibe is kind of what I go for too in a lot of my coaching set or in a lot of my coaching sessions in terms of like how I receive feedback from coaches, as well as how I try to approach these videos where I'm not trying to give you, I'm not trying to feed you fish. I'm trying to teach you how to fish. I'm trying to teach you how to fish in your own way for you to pick and choose what works for you. And that's especially why I do these meta mindset segments, because trying to abstract the learnings into their more, I don't know how to describe it, like just more abstracted parts that may you can then fill in the details and the content of how it applies to you instead of being prescriptive to say this is how you should do things. So that is the meta mindset of the day, which is know when to break the rules. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the meta mindset. With that said, I'm going to jump into two of the key ideas that I got away from this. I'm going to try an experiment where I use paint to try to express these ideas. But this is going to be an experiment, so bear with me if I'm not able to pull it off. So the first idea is that in actually, I think one or two of these games, there were situations where I was tempoing with a line that I was just defaulting into a level 8 standard A or S tier comp. And Ripple identified a spot where I could have gone into a B tier line. And a lot of times I just like kind of ignore or don't even consider these B tier lines. But Ripple's point is that if you can tempo it, it can become an A or S tier line in the right spot. And that B tier lines are called B because they just have fewer spots where they can be really good. But you have to understand that they are still playable from the right spots, and knowing when to identify them is extremely helpful. And so one of the ways to identify is to really understand this graph with regard to when you are strong. So the y-axis here is the board strength, and the blue line is the average board strength of your lobby, and the x-axis is by stage. So in the spot that I had, I was actually full streaking up until this point. So the green line is me. And as I was trying to think about going for a level 8 comp, I probably would have generally stayed at roughly this level. And then at this point, I would have to do my standard roll down, which if I didn't have as much gold as my opponents, I might actually spike a little bit later than them and go here. Or if I miss, I might just stay under and I would lose out, right? And so then the advantage I had in my lobby was over here. Or even, you know, I might actually go under the lobby, in which case I just stay here and lose out, right? And so if I never even get this spike, then I might be like a 7th, 6th, 7th, or 8th. If I am able to win through most of stage 4, then maybe I'm a top 5 or 6. But his point is that there was a spot where if I considered a 2-cost reroll, which last patch was definitely not meta, I could have, with high confidence, stayed above here and maybe even slightly here to part of stage 4 before I fell off. And then even then I would be taking good losses, right? And then that 2-cost reroll, even though it's a B tier line, because I preserved so much HP here and generated so much gold, I could easily end up in a 2nd or 3rd position. So part of Ripple's point in the Playing Hard Spots talk that I posted yesterday is, for the most part, most games are going to go until round 5-5 to 6-1 when you determine who's in your top 4. And that's about 18 to 20-ish rounds of combat. If you can full streak through end of stage 4, that's already, what is that, 15 rounds of combat. And by then, you already basically guaranteed a top 4 if you're able to full streak through that period, both because you preserve so much HP and you have so much excess gold generated through win streak. And so Ripple's point is that there are spots where, 2-cost reroll might not be good, but if you have a way to spike here and keep the streak, even though you're not playing an A or S tier line, like this might actually be your best play in that moment. So that's on the subject of tempo B tier lines. The other point that Ripple made in 2 instances in these games is, yes, you want to consider standard rolling time. So in the example I brought up was 4-2 is usually the spot where you level to 8 and you roll down to try to hit your 2-star 4 cost. But another idea that he was talking about is, well, how much of a spike does that truly give you? How much gold do you have to roll down and realistically hit that spike? And what is the relative strength difference between your pre-spike and your spike? So the example that's brought up here is, let's say you are at an okay health level, approaching stage 4-1-ish, 4-2-ish, and let's say you're actually reasonably strong. You were winning in stage 3 because you had a this doesn't really matter if you came from down here or from over here. Maybe it affects it a little bit, but either way, you were strong in stage 3, usually because you're probably playing around like a 3-cost carry 2-star. And his point is that when you approach your standard 4-2 roll down at this point, the marginal difference between a 2-star 3-cost and a 2-star 4-cost is what would take you over the hump to be able to win in stage 4. But if you miss on your 2-star 4-cost, you're actually not that much stronger than you would be like if you just hit let's say you just hit a 1-star 4-cost. Then it's not even like you're that much stronger than someone that hits their 2-star 4-cost. So your incremental strength, you would still be losing rounds. So in this specific spot, unless you have a ton of gold to have high confidence that you hit your 2-star 4-cost, especially if your board is already somewhat strong, your 2-star 3-cost might beat other boards that are only 1-star 4-cost anyways. So part of this also depends on who's in your pool, in your lobby. But in this spot, he makes the point that you might as well wait until 4-5. So let's say you get to around 4-5 here instead of 4-2. You have 2 more rounds of full interest, so you're getting like 10 more gold to then be able to spike and hopefully win at that point, right? This is especially true if you have more HP. Whereas if you send it on 4-2, you miss, well, then you're just staying under this curve and you're actually losing more HP in the long run. So this was also a very key insight of when to break the rule and wait till 4-5, particularly if your board is reasonably strong or if you have a lot of HP. So those are kind of key ideas that I took away from this coaching session. I think if you watch through the coaching video itself, you will have a much better understanding of what are the specific examples that led me to these abstracted ideas of knowing when to break the rules. So thanks for watching up to this point. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about these ideas and the meta mindset in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy this coaching session with Ripple. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Look like 2 people already angling Oriana there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should probably still hold it.
What do you think of selling the Echo for the Briar here?
I feel like I kind of want to hold Briar. I think you're just choosing between Bilge versus Zon potential.
Right.
So which one do you think you end up playing more often? I feel like I end up playing Zon more often than Bilge, but maybe that's because I don't have any reps on Bilge.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you should sell one of them.
Yeah, I didn't have reps on Bilge, but I also didn't have any reps on Warwick. And I definitely don't play any Echo.
Yeah, I think the Echo is mostly for maybe Warwick, but yeah, I feel like I like mine Briar somehow.
Okay.
Spikes, okay. And then is your Ionia? Do you remember it was good? I didn't see you checked it.
I think it was. Let me try to check.
Like opener wise, it'd be like opener looked okay for it. Like not amazing, but
Blades.
yeah, Papa. Oh, okay. Well, there goes that. I mean, you can still play it if it's your opener. But I feel like what here you have Rageblade, Visage as your main slams, or you have I guess JG Void. Okay,
Yeah. JG. I mean, it could also be JG Nasher if I'm willing to unlock
or JG Nasher. Yeah.
Oriana, but then I'm like potentially contesting 2 other ways.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a 3 cost, I'd be probably willing to take this.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better with 3 costs. I guess like the generically best one here is Rep, but it's
Yeah.
just you have an extra item opener, so it's not as good. I really don't like Pilfer, but
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm
yeah.
strong enough to pick this, so I don't know. Which one would you default between these two?
Um,
Because this one I'd probably lean towards tank item.
well, how clear is your direction right now of what you think you should be playing?
This could be Void. Probably doesn't want to be Ionia. I feel like it's either Void or Lysandra Seraphine, but that's likely to Wade, at least.
Mhm.
I'm like probably angling Void from this spot. The Void doesn't really want
Okay.
a ton of items, right? Unless I'm playing
Uh,
AD Void.
yeah, I would think like if you took items here, it'd lean more into like Slayers. I mean, that's you play Slayers, but
Yeah,
yeah.
if I got Cloak, go
I
into
think if
Slayer suit.
you know what you want and like is probably a good amount of outs, and replication's probably fine. Legions is probably better if you like kind of need a little bit more good direction.
Yeah,
Um, oh, I mean that's pretty good.
that can go into Warwick or Slayers.
Yeah, because your board's kind of weak. You don't necessarily need more items, but it gives
Yeah,
you a good item. And yeah, I mean two trick is also good because
any
you
direction.
have a lot of items. Yeah, I mean you have a lot of items that you can play around. You can play around AD
Yeah.
or AP.
All right, so I got Yasuo 2, and
I like
now
that
I'm
type
basically thinking I'll play the Yasuo 2 and just,
of.
or I could
Yeah,
play
that makes
into
sense.
Yanara, but it's Blades.
Yeah, I think probably just see where your unit's natural. Like Loki, you could probably play it's like you also reroll if you natural a bunch of those too. Uh,
Yasuo with reroll with Blades serviceable.
it's probably not great. I think pure thing is pretty bad, but I'm just saying like I guess like tier wise like Slayers is probably your best line usually. um, better ones you just play if your spot makes sense for it. Right? Can we make 10 here?
Yeah,
I think you could have
did I not? I did. Oh, wait, no, I could. Do.
3, 4,
Oh
5,
wait,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, exactly enough. But, yeah.
okay. I wanted to keep the Kiana 2.
Oh, for your next level.
Yeah.
I see.
In my head, it's like I should be able to streak with this.
Okay, yeah. I think mm, like I might be willing to just because I know I'm making 10 for like 2 turns. Uh,
I see.
and you can just get another Slayer later. But yeah, I can see that. You can also think about double leveling for Kiana if you think it makes a difference here, and then just kind of guarantee your 5 streak. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that if you know 5 streaks. And then unless you just like because your spike on Yunara is gonna be weak, you can just play around the tempo early.
Yeah. So I'm open glove now. If there was a sword on carousel, would you just stick with Yonara and take a top 5, top 4?
Um, yeah, I think it's fine. I guess the other option, right, is what like QSS and Slayers, or
Yeah.
like hot Slayers. Yeah, I feel like Okay, I feel like if you were playing Slayers, like you would have made a Hodge. Like I feel like making the Visage and leaving the like Love open lead you more towards like Kiana, I guess, because like um,
Hmm.
and usually you don't really go for like the tank items yet, and also like I don't know, Hodge would be like kind of stronger on Yasuo, right? For the 2 item.
Yeah.
And then
So
leave
it
the
would have
belt open
been
for like even shroud.
Hodge. Oh, Hodge, Rageblade, and then okay.
And your belt is like even shroud, yeah. Um,
Yeah, that makes. Would you
but
have
I think you should say
preferred that over
uh
the slam I made?
yeah, I probably will just double stand on the Yasuo to play into that. If you think that Yara is like not very good. And then was there an item you can make off there? Or I guess you're making LW. I feel like I might have taken the cloak. I don't know.
Oh, was I able to get there first?
I think you decided no.
Okay.
It looks kind of close though.
I think in my head, if I'm going, I guess either Slayers or what you call it, that I want Rageblade Titan, and Titan can be the CC immunity.
Mhm. Yeah, so I think usually here you might have to decide what you're playing.
Yeah.
And I also think because you're on a 3 streak and you're playing for 5 streak, like you should take an item being ready to make a slam.
Okay.
So like we can't take the bow for Titans and like lose because we weren't willing to make an item, I think. Especially because we're playing 2 trick, which like like strength fit mostly comes from like the strong tempo early.
Yeah, that makes.
With like less scaling later. So yeah, I think whatever we take here you should be willing to make.
Okay.
But I agree that Titans is better than QS.
Okay. So if it made fight diff, you would have slammed.
Yeah, I think so. That's pretty good. Yeah,
Now I get
like
USS and Titan anyway.
yeah, I mean, yeah, here like okay, I guess I haven't played enough Path of Blades Yone Yasuo to know, but like I would have thought about it probably. Especially if I know that no one's playing around Yunar, then I know I can get like the Wukongs and stuff.
Okay.
And it's just like if you're gonna be ahead of the tempo now, and rerolling just lets you keep doing that when you're like playing a weak line anyway,
Mhm.
then might as well keep that up. Yeah,
So if I
that makes sense.
was willing to consider Yasuo reroll, would you take Priest Ticket here?
Yeah, I think you take Priz Ticket, try to hit it really fast, or win con Yone 3. And then
Right.
no one can contest you because your HP is gonna be really high. So like that'd be the line there. If you're playing Slayers, then you just take Soul Awakening probably. But I do think this is like an opportunity to kind of just give yourself a win condition plus like keep up tempo that you have over the lobby.
Okay. So you like this line the best than Slayers here?
Um, I don't have enough reps to say it 100%, but I think I like it because you have 5
Okay.
Yasuos. So
In given that this is in tournament and I have not really played much Yasuo and specifically definitely not Blades Yasuo, like how would you in tournament make that call to say like, okay, I intuitively feel like this line is stronger than this?
um yeah, that's a hard call to make if you haven't done that before. I think like I have done things first time in tournament before because I just
Mm,
like intuitively felt so much that it made sense in the spot, right? Like that if there was like usually the worse a line is, it doesn't mean necessarily like you shouldn't play it at all, but it means like you should be playing it from exceptionally good spots, right? So
right.
if you ever come upon an exceptionally good spot, then like you're like, okay, maybe this is finally like the time to play it, right? So like I guess do you think intuitively this would look like an exceptionally good Yasuo spot? I guess we don't have a good path, but in terms of like our streak and how many Yasuos we have in the augment, like the rest of the stuff is there, right?
Right. If we take
Yeah.
Priest Ticket here, are we trying to hit right away?
I think I would dig for sure. I would roll. I'd like try to upgrade my board to make sure I can streak. I go to like 30 or something, see how many Yasuos I have. If I feel like I'm getting close, then I'll like try more rolls because you can always just kind of keep exploring with free rolls, right? But
Yeah.
at some point you stop using like real money to roll. So
Right. Okay. Yeah. In
Um,
hindsight, if I could, what do you think is the average amount of gold that'll take to hit Yasuo 3 from this spot? I have 5, and I have around 50 gold. I need to level. Let's say I have like a little around 40 gold if I include bench. 40 gold to roll. So the Yasuos themselves will cost 8 gold. And how would you
I think
estimate how much gold you would need to hit on average?
do you know like the number changes every time you change Frizz ticket, but do you know how much like the number of extra rolls you get with Frizz ticket right now is? I don't remember the number, but
No. Or like
um
for each roll, like what is the EV on
yeah,
it?
some people usually say like you get like 1 point something X more rolls or something, which pretty much translates to more gold, right? So
Right.
like I mean let's just say it's like 2x more rolls, which is not, but like
Hmm.
it being that your 40 gold is like 80 gold, and you'd be like, okay, like in a normal game, if I have 5 of my 2 costs, do I expect to hit when I have one of my 80 gold? Which
Yeah.
I think I would.
Yeah.
It's obviously the number's gonna be lower because I don't think Frizz is that broken, but yeah, I feel like you're definitely in the realm of being able to hit right now if you really wanted to. So
Right. Okay.
it'd probably be a balance between just like scouting and seeing if you can just win anyway, or if you hit a lot, then you kind of just keep going.
Hmm.
And like the there is a somewhat of like a desire to hit here though, because if you do think that like because Path of Blaze is worse, we want to make up like that for that by just hitting earlier and winning these rounds, right?
Right.
And then you're more comfortable to just sack stage 4 and then like save up to roll for like the Yone and like Yone 3.
Hmm. And I've also seen
Um,
some people say you would rather itemize Yone 2 over Yasuo 3.
oh yeah, for sure. I think Yone 2 is the better unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people say Yone 1 is the better unit sometimes. I don't know if I'd say that, but yeah.
Yone 1 greater than Yone. Or Yone 2 greater than. Okay. All right. So in the absence of me like being open enough to consider that, I think next time I will try to remember that. Like not. So I think a key takeaway here is don't avoid like B tier lines if the spot is S tier for them, something like that.
Yeah, like that's the purpose of B tier lines is because like they're better in fewer spots, right? But
Mhm.
they're aligned still because they can succeed usually. But yeah, otherwise, Soul Awakening is fine, I think. Oh, Bronze Life is also good.
Bronze for Life with
I
the
forget
Slayer's board
what though.
is like one of the best, right? Or is
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the best. It's just like you have to play around like the specific Slayer board.
Right.
Um,
So I assume it's take this one.
uh,
How do you tiebreak these two?
I guess what I'm thinking is like Bronze Life is not. I'm pretty sure Soul Awakening is better on our board right now because we just don't have that many traits, and I don't think on 6
Okay.
you're gonna get that many traits. And Bronze Life also just means you have to play around the like specific board. Also Awakening, like it just let you like be a little more flexible to units, I guess.
Okay. The combination of this is more flexible and stronger on our current board right now, whereas this will be stronger later,
Yeah, I
but
think
is more narrow.
if you were like playing more like Lost Streak Slayers, then I'd lean towards like Bronze for Life because you need to be stronger later, and you probably just want to roll for that specific board. Um, Especially because if you want to roll on like 3-5 for like the GP and the builds and stuff. But I
Mhm.
feel like because we're streaking now, I kind of like Soul Awakening.
Okay.
And if we keep ahead, then we can just kind of play around 5 costs easier. Like Bronze for Life is kind of hard to play around 5 costs. So
Mhm. Okay. So you would argue that this has a higher AVP and a higher cap than Bronze for Life because we're on streak.
um, I think so. Some people might argue against me on that though. I know Marcel loves Bronze for life in Slayer, so yeah, I don't know for sure, but that's kind of my logic about it. I feel like the main argument though is that like your board is good now, and so
Right.
the
Do you think that would
yeah.
have made fight diff here? That's pretty
Uh,
strong.
and they also have a combat. Not sure. And the true damage is like pretty good into the Demacia, but also Yasuo is like kind of bad. So
Yeah. So let's say
yeah.
we knew we were gonna lose that fight, then would you have still made the same call on Soul Awakening?
We knew we were gonna lose that fight. Um, in fact, I still would because I still want to win like the rest of stage 3
I
because I
see.
still think I'm strong.
Okay.
Yeah, like I feel like some people argue that like if you win state most of stage 3, then like your placement is like a lot more secured right now. So
Right. Okay. So open vest. Ideally would have wanted probably some fire, but I also need shred, so I just take a bow.
yeah, seems fine to me.
The most likely this bow wants to be Last Whisper.
Yeah, I think so. Guess it could be red. Like GP holds the utility items. But
Yeah. Okay, now with these items, reforge vest.
um, how willing are you to make Bramble in this lobby?
Oh, I've been playing this Shin guy. This guy's playing Inara. He
I guess there's like probably a few AP players. So
probably
it
a
probably does
decent
something in like
mix.
some matchups. Yeah. I guess I mean on the reforge, probably just think about what our items like should become. So like like my main concern is like what should this rod become? I guess it's Gunblade.
Gunblade or
Um,
Morello, if yeah, but I guess if I already made one tank item, then I probably just want 3 tank items if I have scaling Rageblade Titan.
uh, yeah, I kind of like that. I think like it's kind of hard to make like a second set of items right now for duo carry. Um, so you could just put these like Yasuo items on Belveth, or you could put Gunblade on. I think if you like Bramble, then you can make just Bramble and Gunblade, and then just start like working on your second carry. But also you could reforge Rod and then see what that becomes. And okay, that's just like a vow then, and then
Yeah.
I think technically you don't want to you don't need to slam right now because I think you
It
could
won't make
be
fight
down
diff.
for item augment here
Oh
still.
yeah, a big grab. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's probably just not a fight diff to make like Titan Shen.
Yeah. Roll right to.
Yeah, I like TG.
I think your
I think I
second
still
win
like.
has good synergy with Bronze for Life.
Mm, that's true, but I also think you're like you kind of still like to have a TG.
Yeah, this comp
or
uses.
yeah, you kind of really want like a duo carry for the Belveth to like help her get the resets because if she's trying to like kill things on her own, then it takes a while for her to like ramp up.
Thing is, I
So
already slammed this Titan Edge of Night, so the TG will probably go on GP then.
GP, yeah, I guess you just it'd be like a third unit. I mean, honestly, I still think that's like still good,
Okay.
but um, because I think like all your units have like bronze for life, right? So
Yeah. Do you like rolling here or waiting for fun? I'm pretty sure I'm
um,
uncontested.
I hmm. I do think your augment setup is very strong. with Bronze Life second wind. So if you hit, you should win. I could see an argument for 4-5. I also see an argument roll here just for like one Belveth because his Yasuo was like pretty bad.
Right.
Um,
And how would you
mm,
tiebreak that trade-off?
uh, maybe a scout thing to see like how your matchups are looking. Because if these people at the bottom, if they're like these are all pretty low HP, right? So I assume they're
Mhm.
pretty pressured to like spike pretty hard here.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid if like Belveth 1 is even enough to like win. And if it's not, then like might as well just stay on like these units and then just play for the 4-5. I feel like when you have like the premium like prismatic combat augment, you should be able to believe in your ability to like kind of win out more. So yeah, I think if the people at the bottom that you're matching up against are hitting their like Braum 2s, then you're gonna probably not. You don't have enough gold to like make a board that beats that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and then here it felt pretty bad. I just whiffed.
Yeah.
Now this spot does not look good.
Yeah, we're kind of stuck here for a bit. Maybe you can beat this person if you use all the items, but yeah, you just need like I mean you found all the units. Are we missing? Oh yeah.
It should be QSS on Velvet, or no?
Yeah, I like USS on both.
I'm still
Yeah, so like
lacking.
I feel like there it's like I feel like this was kind of what you were expected to find, and then
Mhm.
you kind of lose anyway. So
Right.
and now you kind of just have to sit and then roll down again later. I think because now we're kind of too far, so we kind of just have to play around the 1 stars.
Right.
I do think if you thought your spot was like too bad, like if you were 20 HP lower, you might have to have done that play just hope to like high roll the rolls.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay, so I should not be rolling here, even though I'm on
Mm,
6 loss. Like, the odds that I
uh,
hit is not that high.
it's not high, but now then again, now you're like because your spot's worse. Like, I feel like you might be
Okay.
pressured to still have to because if you lose this round, then being on 2 lives is like pretty tough.
Yeah.
I do think probably need to itemize the GP
Itemize the G. Oh, instead
over
of
the and
Mesa?
then yeah. Yeah, I think GP2 is better than Best of 1. And some people honestly like depending on your items like might like GP2 more than Best of 2, but again, probably not next patch. Some Best is gonna be really good next patch. Cool.
So I wanted. I still need Shred, so it's Last Whisper,
Yeah.
Reforged Sword,
Mm,
Last Whisper,
yeah, Blast was for Sterix
Redemption. Oh,
Redemption pretty
Sterix.
much.
Yeah.
You could like I feel like if there was a reforge here, it'd be the tier. Because then you get a chance at hitting Even Shroud or Sunfire. But, yeah. Oh, it's Sunfire. Okay.
Oh no,
Wait.
I missed Sunfire. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
We need that
mistakes.
one. And honestly, I mean, I think Shred is more important than Sunfire, so just hopefully you don't get stuck. But yeah, I agree rolling here. Search tank on Sonalis. Yep. I like the Val on the guy. And then you were just scouting for a weak side.
Yeah. And now I get Sunfire? Okay, I got okay.
Yeah, Morello works. If someone start holding buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my Morello GP or something, but I don't know how well Nautilus applies.
Oh, okay. Nautilus passive
And
has a
he
one-hit
does do the
series.
thingy. Yeah, he does do the AoE thingy. So
This guy's too
yeah,
strong.
this person's just too strong. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we actually like won most of stage 5, which I feel like is what we expect with our setup if we hit, right?
Yeah.
So the main issue was like being able to win any of the rounds in stage 4.
Mm-hmm.
So like now that you know that with this setup you should be able to win in stage 5, like most of the rounds, except like probably like do some high roller or someone with like a bad matchup, then like if you can trust in that, then you can like feel more confident to 4 or 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Game 2. So Draven. Also Blades.
Blades. That was a good opener.
Yeah. I assume I checked Void already. I think it
You're
was.
checking the enemy voids, but
Oh, that was. Okay, I have this.
that's pretty good. I do think your best opener is still those like the Anivia. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
2 people committing Caitlyn's.
Mhm.
You okay with that hold for the selling the
Yep.
Labyrinth?
Yep. Yeah. I think this is fine. Oh.
All right. So
Oh.
here I saw the stats for Double Trouble Malz looked insane, and people in the Discord were saying it was good. I had not practiced it at all. So I would also pose to you in this spot, like, how do you approach tournament where people say a line that's hard to get into is good, but you haven't practiced it?
Um. Yeah. I think. I mean, do you have any idea of like yourself about how good you think it is, or you're mostly just
Uh,
trusting the words of others?
I mean, the stats from at that point that I was looking at, it looked like if you hit it, it definitely had like an easy top 4 and decent win rate.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it goes back to evaluating just how good you think your particular spot for it is. So like what I've heard is like nucleus is like pretty big. um we don't have nucleus.
Right.
And I guess when you're picking double trouble, in the history of double trouble, it is actually quite good early if you can activate it, right?
Right.
I'd say our like we do have a chance of doing that with like the prior and the Kiana. So
We
um
also have double Anivia, right? Like I could slam adaptive open rod
yeah, but I do think it's definitely better on
on
like
melee.
melee units because they use all the stats. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think if you're see other people contest AP and you didn't get into the like, I don't think I can contest that with bodyguard training because I need econ to contest, right? Then yeah, I'd be kind of down on lean double trouble here as like the contested line and just try it out. And if I got tricked, then I got tricked, I guess. But yeah,
Okay.
but I would be aware that like because I don't have nucleus, like I don't know. I hope that someone told me if spikes is acceptable. um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
because I've
think
definitely, in my experience, I've seen it like kind of do well or also like go eighth because I mean 3 cost real is just hard to hit.
right. Yeah, like I did have a session with Brosif where he said Nucleus is definitely the best, but Spikes was service.
Okay,
And like he
sure.
would just not take it with adrenaline.
Um, yeah, I feel like I'd be okay with like leaning towards that with these augments.
Okay. Although this with Void seems like a quite viable line too if it was in.
Um, yeah, it's just you kind of end up kind of poor.
Yeah, especially if I don't have the Kog'Maw, or no, I do have I have Cho as well, right? No, I forget if I have.
I don't think you have Joe.
Okay, I don't.
You just have one Kog'Maw, so your
Yeah,
opener's
so
gonna be
then I
kind of
would have
weak.
to roll for it.
Yeah, I just hope you natural it.
Okay, so if I had a Cho, maybe this is the high, like lower variance play.
Um, Probably yeah. I guess both lines are gonna need to hit econ on 3-2 anyway.
Right.
So um, barter
Whereas
drain is
this one, I
probably
feel like I could stabilize with less because once I unlock Rift Herald and Kaisa, like Kaisa 1 should be stable if I can get decent items.
yeah. Double trouble you kind of like
I have to
even
roll
though
quicker.
you kind of need to high roll some natural 3 costs to make it better.
Okay.
So I could see just taking a bodyguard turning if you had like the void.
Okay, but
Um,
given that I don't have the void, then this seems reasonable.
yeah, I'd say both seem like a little scary though. Like I also be scared, but
Okay.
um, yeah.
Yeah, not that. There are people holding void, but nobody's committing void. I guess, yeah.
Mhm.
But a lot of people committing worry.
Mhm.
You like Portable Forge better?
Not really. I feel like I consider portable forwards like a item augments, and like
Yeah.
if a board's
If
not
you're
strong, then I
strong.
don't really like item augments. Yeah.
Okay. And I hit void.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You like
I think
adaptive slam here?
yeah, I think so. I think if you level here, um, you kind of need to try to
I
win.
need to win. Yeah. I
Yeah,
just assumed I was gonna win, but I should have confirmed.
yeah, yeah. I think this might be a make after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nice.
Okay, so item wise, I believe it's JG Nasher on this patch.
If you can,
But
but I
I
assume it's
I
just
just wanted the
whatever.
malz if I could have gotten it.
Yeah. I mean, again, here I'm like, okay, maybe Rage Blade is like too troll. I don't know.
Oh, you would consider slamming Rageblade?
I would think about it because like we really wanted this win to get to our board, and like I technically it's a mana item, but um yeah, like I feel like okay if you think you 5 streaked on this with a Rage Blade, like do you think your swap would be bad for like playing it?
I just
I feel like the thing is like you're gonna be so because you invested in leveling and buying these units. I mean, you can see your gold tier is like 20.
yeah,
You actually can't reroll from Malzahar until like a 4-2 probably. So
right.
you're gonna be stuck playing around this board, and I think the longer you're stuck with playing around this board, the more you're trying to like just play for you know present spike. Like Rage Blade is actually like a fine item on Rek'Sai. So I think like a big thing about this game probably is gonna be like how early you pivot into the Malzahar because it's gonna take a while for it to actually be stronger.
Right. So this is kind of similar to the Yasuo spot where you're willing to play around the line that has more tempo at sacrifice of
Quality
some,
of the setup,
yeah, some
like
idea of what BIS means, which
yeah,
maybe I'm just too concerned with, like, oh, Yasuo Blades is not good, or Rage Blade Malzahar is not good. But if I'm playing it from a spot where I have more gold and I'm tempoing and I have more HP, then it makes a shittier setup better than it would be like in a vacuum.
Yeah, and like the idea like the tempo and gold that you'll get from streaking actually like lets you hit the board more on average sometimes because it's kind of hard to hit the board on average, I would think. Um, and if you sack your items and HP or sack your HP for better items, right, puts you in a spot more where you have to like spike at like you had to hit harder spikes more, and like win from there. And yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
pretty much like if you agreed for this, right, that means you're probably gonna have to be pressured to hit Malzara 2 and Malzara 3 like sooner if you just like slammed. But it's a balance between how serviceable the items are, right? But anyway,
Right.
I think here like I would probably like make like Gunblade and Void Staff, um, because I mean, we're still like strong, right? We're playing on Rek'Sai too, so we
Mhm.
might as well like keep it up.
Okay. Yeah, this also is like one of those spots where because I had not played this line, I wasn't sure how important Biss on Mouse was. But my mental model for especially 3 cost reroll is like you need to have, especially because you're deploying so much gold in like 2 units that in my mind it was like I need to have this.
Mm, you see, I mean that's probably one like a SAS question and two like a have you seen like non-bis do okay question.
Yeah,
I think
which
in
I
in,
just
in
didn't have
theory like
the data.
does the power of the comp come from like the augment or like the specific items?
Hmm.
Um, I feel like I feel like this set I haven't really heard that much about like the main bis item setups that I hear about is like Yunara needing like Titans nowadays. But yeah, I feel like just because like stage 3 rounds are important, like oftentimes you just don't build bis unless you have like the item augment that lets you build bis. So
Okay.
um if especially if I don't know, I would rather just assume that I can make it without it, so I can play the early game.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like that maybe decreases my cap, but raises my floor.
Yeah, like the other scary part is like, oh, what do you like use all your effort to hit bis, and it's like not even that good or that much better,
Right.
Um, yeah, I think a raise your floor and it's just like fundamentally sounds right to do if your spot makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Unless you think it's like a win out kind of kind of comp, but yeah, if we don't know, I rather just do what helps me the most now than like trust in an unknown later.
Right. Okay. Cool. Out of these, I still want some type of gold ideally, but I definitely not this. By default, I could see either of these. Probably default
Yeah,
plot
I guess
armor.
I can see either of these also. I feel like Arcane Victory, the fights go long enough. Plot armor, you get like an overlap with the stats from Double Trouble,
Right.
so it's like not as good. And
By
also, I don't
default
know if
is
it interacts like positively with Warden. I guess Wardens get the shield at 25%, so it's kind of like the Protector plot armor, but yeah, you're overlapping in stats with the thingy. So
yeah.
maybe I might actually lean Arcane here.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Magical. Oh, that's very good.
Yeah. So now item wise, void, death cap, gunblade,
I think I mean, you want Void and Gunblade. I feel like those are the best uses of those items.
void,
Um,
gunblade, death cap, and save the rod for tank.
yeah, you can take a rod for a perch like Spark, Crown Guard, Morello. You can like reforge one right now if you want to just get another item slam. I think I'd be down to do that. Yeah. Great. Uh, yeah, I feel like hmm,
Probably redemption.
yeah, you could go Redemption and then what like GS deck cap's kind of weird. Then we also have Gunblade, Rage Blade. Um, could go full damage. Just go Voice Staff, Gunblade, Morello, but and then just go for tank items after. Hmm. I feel like Redemption doesn't do much for us here, so I might just go for the full damage and then just go for tank components after.
I see.
And I mean, you have a tank item in the adaptive anyway, right? So, but also I think the Scumblade should definitely go on the correct side because he has double trouble activated and he's 2-star.
Right.
I think that is that the diff here, or still win.
Yeah, that was the diff.
Yeah, I feel like you're indexing too much into the Malzahar right now with the playing the Echo. Probably rather play like still play the doubles. Okay, cool.
Okay, but Gunblade should go on Rek'Sai.
Yeah, and you can move the voice staff back. Like, I also think you have enough removers that you can just do that because like the items will definitely just kind of end on the units you put them on next. So
And then here, I just want tank items.
yep. Yeah, you're very bad. Item Rek'Sai is doing like as much as your Malzahar. I feel like I might consider just doing a a 4-2 here because it's very expensive to find. We have to find 3 copies of Malzahar, right?
Yeah.
And we're probably gonna stay on 7 for like the whole game. So
Okay. But I mean, right now I could just roll down to like low 50s,
I
right?
guess you just get like a I feel like right now you probably roll for it's like 2 Malzahar and then you have to wait
Okay.
to
Yeah.
get the 4th Malzahar. But yeah, I feel like if we were playing around the Rex side, then we'd be like a lot more comfortable right now to just wait until the 4-2.
Okay. Yeah, I
I
can
feel like
see
this
that.
person you could beat with Rex side too if you like got the positioning right, or at least you take a good loss, right?
Okay, so 4-1. How much stronger is my... Right. All right, so this is a comparison between how much gold do I have to deploy to be stronger?
Yeah. I think the 2 reasonable spikes you can hit are 2nd Malzahar or 4th Malzahar. And I think 4th Malzahar costs a lot of gold to get to, especially if you're picking up the other units. So that's why I'd wait one more round.
Okay, especially since I'm healthy, yeah. What's your thoughts on these item slams?
What do you make? I mean, it's definitely Visage, and then yeah, Sterix. I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Rerolls it is.
I'm just getting steamrolled.
uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know when this comp is OP.
Yeah,
Basically,
this is when I was wondering, like, oh, is it because my items are
is it
messed
a
up?
BIS problem?
I think
Could be
after I
like you're
was
missing a
looking,
mana item problem, but
yeah, after I was looking at the stats, I think I should have the adaptive on Mal's.
yeah, probably is the mana item. I feel like here, is there a reason you're not making the TG?
Oh, oh, I think I maybe was trying to greet Jade,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I could see. I just need to preserve HP.
You need to preserve HP, and I think like I mean, if we knew like our last item that's not this void staff should probably just be a mana item.
Also, would you be buying these Chos?
Uh, I'd probably only buy it if I thought my spot was like good enough to afford it. I mean, I feel like uh, I don't, I don't know. Cho 3 is better. If Cho 3 is better than Nautilus 2, you can. I don't know if he's that much better than Nautilus 2 without like the mod, and Nautilus has like Warden on him. And
Yeah.
also I feel like I really need to hit the other units, so like I probably wouldn't. This is probably like a tech knowledge thing of knowing how strong Cho 3 is. But yeah, I'd probably just ignore it if I didn't know he was like exceptionally strong. I guess making it only costs 6 gold because you get the extra Cho, or like 7 gold. So making it double trouble, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Last item, adaptive. But the adaptive should
Uh,
probably be on my main damage dealer.
yeah, or we can TG the Cho, but if we really need an item, then yeah, it's probably that. Or if
There,
there's
I
like a better
should
tank
have
item.
sold the O3 to have more gold to get malz 3 because I'm on 1 life.
Yeah, that's probably more important.
Okay.
Yeah, Cho 3 is probably not making a diff, so.
Yeah, that gunblade and on malz I don't think was very good.
Oh. Yeah, I thought Nucleus is good, then Gunblade should be good. I mean, I feel like, but we were kind of forced to make it, right? So,
Yeah. I don't think he's like casting enough.
mhm.
Okay. So I think a lot of this is, and even from the first game, is I'm not I'm I'm undervaluing tempo to try to play for bis in spots where if I just tempo, it can let me hit earlier, which arguably could just make me stronger than having a bis set up but not hitting.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you know you can control your tempo now, then it's good too. Um, Playing for layer spikes is usually like slightly less reliable if you don't know if you can really hit guaranteed, right? But it does like playing tempo is like harder in that like yeah you have to like do the trade offs between like how bad having not this is and how to like be a little more creative with your setup sometimes. And it also means like playing into different units, but yeah.
This one, I think I just jumped to the part in the game that I more questionable about. Okay, so this is gold Ionia.
Okay.
Go to okay, this is my board. My items are really scuffed.
Yeah, so you
Um,
probably want item augment.
yeah. If I don't get an item augment, do you stay in Yanara? I'm one-way contested. Um, would you stay in Yanara or try to like, I don't know, slam like buff? And I was really uncertain if there was another line I could have gone here besides Ionia.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. I think about making a blue buff and I are playing around Ori. I don't think you can play around MF. I mean, maybe you can. Actually, I mean, honestly, like Loki, you can.
Oh,
You make a blue buff and just play around MF or Ori on level 8, and then I mean, you're still gonna need another item augment to supplement your tank items. But
yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's the most that you can really make here.
Yeah, I didn't really think about
Uh,
MF.
Yeah, I mean, something I see definitely just like on the level 8 Ionia roll down, especially if it was gold because you just want like a strong upgraded unit, like
Right.
they'll just buy MF to hold items. But the RE2 is also good. So
Okay, and then you just hold the rods to try to find Rageblade or JG for set.
yeah, you had no item augment, then yeah, I think you just hold.
Okay. This is Golden Gala, so all augments are gold. Would you still prio Pyro, or like, how do you feel about this on, guaranteed last one's goal? Even though I already have cluttered.
I feel like you can only pick it if you think you can really like utilize it right now. Like, can you actually like pump level 7 and make a good board? Uh, because don't take an item augment here. You're gonna need one later, or else your item setup is gonna be really bad, right?
Yeah.
And if you're limited to silvers, then like uh, you just don't have many options to pick your items. So um, the argument that would justify it is that you can spike really hard now, which would make up for that difference. Kind of like what I was saying earlier about like with the other point of like playing tempo and stuff, right? If you think this gives you a bunch of tempo now, that kind of makes up for that difference because you're just gonna be weaker later if your item setup's bad. Then no, you can pick
So
it.
if you
But
took this, would you level to 7 and roll like a little bit,
uh,
or wait until 3-5 and try to go 8?
you can roll a little bit. You need a slots. The problem is I don't know if on 7 our board can you can be that strong because of our lack of like good items.
Yeah, it's like, what are we willing to slam?
Yeah. So and even if we did slam, like I don't know where that's strong.
Okay,
Like we
so
can mostly just slam blue buff, right? So I think it's kind of hard to make an advanced loan work here. I didn't. We can go back and look at your board, but uh, yeah, I feel like if you were in that like spot where you're like streaking, your items were good. Like if we level to 7 here, then we just be adding like 4 bruiser, right? Uh, 4 bruiser, and we have beyond like blue buff Iugin. And I don't know if that always wins. Yeah, I could see it definitely just kind of running out of steam earlier, like later.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, so red buff's probably the safest pick.
Yeah, I kind of like red buff, especially because if you go on and make a blue buff, then like you might just do like red buff, blue buff, Ari or something later, or you put it on your sign out, of course. But yeah, I think it helps your item situation.
Okay.
And I don't think I don't think you're pressed to have money here, right? Like you can probably still hit without advanced loan.
Yeah. I'm one way contested, but I don't think the other guy had an econ augment, so I should be able
Yeah,
to roll first.
I think you should be fine then.
Okay.
And of course, like the item does help you make more money now. Still,
Yeah.
definitely not as much as advanced loan, but
Okay. Okay.
I think if our items were better, like if you already had Rage Blade, then that'd be a good argument for advanced loan. But uh, because we are looking forced to make a blue buff, which will like split our items more, then it's like harder to make advanced loan. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yeah. So it's a
Because
function of
like
whether or not I can win right now or not.
yeah, and like how much it hurts your item eco later. I think if you could reasonably just get 3 item Yunara or 3 item Wukong later with advanced loan, then it'd be like fine. But yeah,
Okay. So this still goes back to how can I make my board strongest right now?
yeah, and what's like the trade off for later? Yeah. I love advanced load and golden gala too,
Yeah,
but
I
I can
think,
see the issues it could lead us into.
yeah, in my head it's just like, oh, it's Golden Gala. This is really good value, but I wasn't really thinking about the broader context. Like, oh, I still have no slammable items and I'm still probably gonna lose.
Yeah,
So then now I'm like getting somewhat low on HP, and I'm like, okay, when am I gonna send it? I kind of panicked on the items too because I'm floating 4 components. In hindsight, I do definitely agree blue buff will probably be better.
Mhm.
So then is the game plan to send it on 3-7, given that I'm contested one way, or 4-1?
Yeah, probably just before the other person because you have so much money. I mean, honestly, okay, you should mostly you should take into account like you should still just send it when you're able to 2-star. Like don't do it when you don't have enough money to. I think it was just one way you're not that worried about like sending it before them. But
Okay.
I feel like if I can be like 50, 60 gold on level 8, then like that's pretty good to roll.
Yeah. I assume you take the bow over the Yanara with tier.
Yeah, I don't think we can take that Unar.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have a problem hitting Unar right now. So.
I think I kind of just was like panicking on being low. So I was not holding the course, and I think I decided to just level here. I don't know why.
Mm.
But I'm losing way too much gold value.
I feel like if you could level here, you just don't roll too much because like you should be ahead on your board strength on level 8 on 3-6, right? So like
Okay,
I
so
think you're allowed
just
to level
stop
and roll,
it.
just not like too much, right?
What is not too much? Like stop at 32?
Probably like 30 or like 40, yeah.
Okay.
Just depending on how much like I mean whenever you do roll on like earlier intervals, like whether it be like 4-1 or wolves or here, right? It
Yeah.
should just be enough to like win your fight and econ again, right?
Right. Okay, that makes
This is like kind of like in like the Aesol Diana meta, where like if you rolled on 3-5, like you didn't necessarily have to go until Leona 2. Like you could probably stop on like Zoe 2, Nico 2, and that's usually like more than what other people have at the time. So.
right.
It's like might as well get that to Nara, but
Oh yeah, she has some AP scaling.
yeah, okay.
And
Well,
then
this person is like unbelievably strong, but
do we just drop the cluttered value now?
um, yeah, I you can probably hold it for one more turn, but you're probably gonna need to like sell until you can hit and start cluttering again when you are ready to like sit and go 9.
Okay.
Oh, Reforger is good.
Yeah, I should have reforged that Archangel, but I didn't see that. What would you do with this spat? Cruiser emblem?
Mm. Yeah, I think here's something like Bruiser Tarek with Tarek too.
Okay, and then DB on Yanara? Or reforge Arc first?
Yeah, Reforged Arc and also the Spat
Yeah.
and see what that becomes. And then based on that, you can also Reforge Sword or Tier because I mean Tier is just gonna be open. I think it might be like it could be a Reforged Sword, or you can go for DB. DB is probably okay if you don't get a Yunara item. I think it kind of depends on what comes out of the Archangel's Reforge.
But
Yeah, because
you
we
want to
kind of want.
reforge spat too, right? So that's reforge Arc and spat.
Yeah, Reforge Arc and Spat first for sure,
Okay.
and then, yeah, depending on that, then you can.
Okay. Because I
Because
also
you
need to like
because
win now.
yeah, you need to win out, so you do need to slam something, and if you Reforge like so the belt's gonna become Bruiser, and pretty much we want another tank item, so we might have to reforge whatever the Arcanos becomes again, because we pretty much just want to get a tank item or a Yunara item,
Yeah.
and then use the remaining components to get the other thing.
Okay. And I should also be rolling way deeper here because I can't afford to lose.
Yeah, again.
Okay. I don't think we need to go through the rest of this game. So my takeaway is advanced loan I should not be taking because I wasn't strong. I mean that's the main thing, and I just gotta get strong here, and I think I need to. I don't economy got kind of. This one is also Golden Gala. There were a bunch of people playing Ori, but then I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to do that.
Depending on their openers, you could still like play Ori into
Yeah.
Demacia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if it's still your strongest early board, then like you can still think about it. But yeah, I'm okay with just waiting one and not doing it like immediately.
Okay.
You want to keep your items low open, but
All right.
oh man,
So I don't really like any of these.
yeah, I don't really either. Was the Ionia good?
Uh, XP.
It's okay. Just wondering how much you want to hold Jin. I mean, the only other option is the Viego pair, but of course depends how you feel about Shadow Isles. Yeah, I am okay with not taking most of these though. I just raining gold. Probably not prize fighter. And I mean we're weak, so I just
Yeah.
stick with raining gold. And I do think you're just sitting here holding these pairs. Even if it's contested, like I mean Demacia is like still looking like your better line.
I have
That's not
adrenaline with carapace. This guy looks like he's playing Belveth.
uh-huh. I
I'm
mean
thinking Void could be an option here.
I feel like I guess you can probably hold out for another turn. I'd still hold these pairs, but we don't have Sona pair. We just have Jarvan and Nivea. Let's see.
I was planning on rolling here for Bard or Cho or Demacia or something to give me direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I did.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't want to really roll all the way for Bard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd hope that one or two is enough to just tell me which way to go.
Okay,
Okay, yeah,
now
stop here.
Ionia.
Yeah, Ionia then. You can probably make Sunfire. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's good. Probably supposed to keep the Nautilus, but you're probably gonna sell that anyway.
Oh, right. Okay. With this rod, I could go Rage Blade into Inara.
Yeah. Or you could go, I mean, if you thought it was uncontested enough, you could go like JG into the other thing, but I think if Yara is like low contested, you just make a Rage Blade for Yara.
So now I'm also thinking I could still go Void.
I think,
This guy's probably Inara. I guess wait, was it two guys? Was that last guy also one, two?
they are.
This looks
I
like
guess they
Ionia,
are.
right?
But wait, what did they take off the carousel?
I assume that's
Uh,
Sedge. I don't know what
oh,
component.
but like what component did they take? Because like I feel like if they were playing Yunara, like I'm not sure that's the component set that they want.
Sword
Yeah, they
Sedge.
took Swords Edge. Does that make sense for Yunara? I don't think Yunara needs that many swords.
IE, right? Did he have swords?
No, but it's just like you only need one sword in the comp. Like I feel like you
Oh,
you,
okay.
you think about like finishing either taking another bow or like finishing Reese Blade or something. Um anyway, okay, I feel like one, our board is like too strong to like put in void right now.
Hmm.
Um because you rolled, you like and you upgrade these units, like it's like getting off of them is gonna hurt your early mid game a lot, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know if I can really justify a void pivot here because like you had to give up too much, and I mean you have raining gold and it's econ ionia, so like I guess it gets you into a three way, but like it's a three way with econ.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I feel like this board's just too strong for me to want to give up. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I could see an argument for like pivoting. So if you think it's still like you just play the thing on 6, I mean you probably have to sell the guy next turn. I feel like some people will argue against me for this though. Um,
Like it seems like Flames is pretty hard Ionian.
mhm. But I feel like okay, I feel like something about like pivoting off comps also is like it depends on how good your spot is compared to theirs, right?
Right.
Like if someone is playing it from like a really bad spot, which I feel like he is with like birthday reunion cell,
Mhm.
um, like I I feel like I'm giving him like more placement while also like making my line worse, and also like I might just hit anyway. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Here would you keep the Tark and sell what?
I mean your next level is Lawi, right?
Yeah, just sell
I
it.
feel like you can sell the target, yeah.
Okay, so like argument is I'm in a better spot. Stick with Ionia.
Yeah, it's just like you're in a better spot and like going down to void like does that I don't know, does that increase your ABV if you give up a good Ionia spot? Um,
So here I'm thinking just indecision. I guess Magic Roll probably give me a stronger board right now.
I kind of like magic roll. But you can use items, you can use units. I feel like you actually really want items, so like a third chance of items or just getting gold is fine. And I mean yeah, the gold is still gonna be good.
Okay, and then here I could just stick with Yanara and take in bow.
How good is Arcan Bow still on Unara? If like this next bow wants to come on Titans,
Yeah, I
I
guess
would
I
like
still need
not feel good
IE.
about it because you're playing it on a Kog'Maw.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm not I think the pattern I'm noticing is I keep on thinking about what's ideal in the end comp and I'm not considering what's the current strength.
Yeah, I I I agree. Wow. Oh, yeah. So now you're I mean you're just clear the void now though, right? Which I feel like it's like fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I have open bow and open what was it? Belt.
health, yeah.
I just want
Like
tier.
tier is the best component here.
I guess I could have taken Wukong with Rod for Morella. Oh wait, no, I already have Morella. Okay, so it's just belt.
Mm. Belt or sword?
Sword for eventual Gunblade.
Yeah. It's
I
like if you
guess
take belt, would you make a Warmogs?
so.
Okay, yeah, if you're down to make a Warmogs, then you can take that.
That's stronger right now.
Yeah, it's pretty strong right now, and your board's pretty good. So I think it's okay. Warmogs is
Swords.
not a great item on the guy, but
Oh, because you want more like
you like decision
redemption,
and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like a
steadfast.
tempo kind of slam. So.
Right. Okay. Sword. If
Yeah.
I natural Yunara, I could still stay in Yunara then. I.e.
Yeah, but I feel like we're probably just like committed to Void now. You're gonna unlock your guys and pollute your shop, so you try to go for Yunara. I feel like now that we made it here, like yeah, Yunara, like our Kaisa spot like should be okay.
Okay. And bow. Out of these, like left or right?
It's probably. Mm, I don't know how good right is in this comp because it's just like a salt comp anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of like left, but to make sure you like finish off your 3 items off the thing. Um. Oh, care package. Okay.
Yeah. Care package.
Yeah.
We don't need that many items though for AP Kaisa, right? I guess this will still let me finish my items, but then I'm gonna have overflow into a.
Just goes into Volibear. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like the care package is such a good augment. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so these items, Void, Derek.
It's tough. Void Starak. Level glove.
Void Garbreaker. I can also play AD Kaisa.
You could play AD. I'm not great for that either. Items are looking a lot better for Yunara right now.
Yeah.
like, I feel like you could.
Oh,
Oh
just
man, I
pivot
mean,
back to Yunara. Flames
it's
is
not
sending it
impossible.
now, I feel like, because he's so low HP.
You can check what his outcome is, but I feel like your items are so much better for Yunara right now, and like if you try to make Kaisa items, it just doesn't really make sense.
Okay,
You
I
know,
could just
like
wait
maybe
it
you
for
can wait
4-2
one.
and flex the roll down depending on how
You
much
can
flames and the other guy hits.
you can see if you get an item augment that just like fixes your items, or yeah, also just check what Flames is doing. I don't think you can flex that much. I think it's like I mean, okay, I guess you're still playing Wukong, and then I think it's like very limited how much you can flex. But you probably just like commit to one after like 5 rolls or something. Just see what you get more of because there's like too much to hold on the bench.
Because I can still unlock set here too.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you do that next turn probably. Uh, yeah, like I feel like in the like in theory, like your items are like a lot better for Yunara, so you see an opportunity to play it based on
Yeah.
what the other people how's the other people than you want to. But like if we stick with Kaisa, it's just like our item setup's just like not good. Like I can't find a good. I guess you go like IE Kraken Visage or something. Uh,
Yeah. And then I just
probably have
put
to be
down
that.
Kaisa for now and then play 6 Void, move the Kraken to Belveth once I hit a better Kaisa item.
Yeah, I can see that. Never done that, but yeah, pretty much just playing Yunara items on a Kaisa. Like I feel like if you look at like these components, like it kind of really wants to become Visage and IE Kraken, right? Um, with the Rage Blade. So Like
Would it
up to you.
even be if I hit a Belveth? Or I guess there's another Slayers player in the lobby, but if I hit a Belveth, would it even be QSS Rageblade something on Belveth primary?
Maybe QSS GS Visage probably, and that is definitely playable. Yeah, I think you could definitely hold the Belvest and see that. Like, yeah, I do think in theory you could be able to flex those. It's just really hard. Um,
Okay.
I feel like
I should
AP
just
Kaisa
wait.
is very hard to play from this though.
Yeah. You really want Gunblade, or just a way to
Yeah,
use
because
my items more
we
effectively.
just can't efficiently slam. Yeah, it's just too hard.
And then this guy's also taking my Kaisas. Okay. Then it could just be left and play with Belveth or Volley duel. And I might hit
Yeah,
like a Gunblade.
yeah. I kind of like that just because our item situation is like not good.
Not sure why I did not commit. I think I was just too stuck on AP Kaisa. I don't normally play 6 Void in AP Kaisa, but because I have these items, I was like, okay, might as well.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. Yeah, you need to look for like some solution here because you're in like this unideal spot,
Yeah.
which is like hard to in the moment. Like, I mean, we took a bit to we took a while to talk about that, but you literally had like 4-1 to think about the solution. If you don't hit like good Kaisa items, so
Yeah, and then that guy's did hit this guy hit R2. I don't know
yeah,
about Flames, but I assume he won last round.
yeah. So maybe it's like based on that, it's probably just gonna be like play around void AD. Okay, yeah, that guy.
Okay. I think we need to finish this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
I think with items, this setup would be fine.
yeah. So taking 3-2 being stronger with the what was that option? Magic roll
Magic roll.
would have helped me fix my items. And then same thing with the sword smith. If I took swordsmith, I would have potentially, yeah, 2 more items, which would make a huge deal here.
Yeah, and
So
it like make it easier for you like even slam this stair axe because like
yeah.
uh your item economy is just like hard right now.
Okay. And then you still feel like that from that spot, I should, if I'm the best spot out of the Ionians, I should just hold the line.
Um, I don't know. Like, uh, I feel like the void pivot is okay. Like, I think you're. I think it is risky to like I don't feel good about it like giving that up because someone is like just full opening play Ionia, but it probably like raises your floor if you know you can just hit Kaisa for free.
Yeah.
So I feel like seeing how your early making went, then like it was fine. I just felt bad like dropping Alawi 2, but it was only for like 2 rounds. So
Yeah.
I think because you had the Kog'Maw too, it was fine though, and your board was still okay. So I don't think I think I'm
Okay.
okay with the void.
Seems like this game and the first game, I just got like a little bit unlucky with the item components, but then that means I really need a prio item augments. Fix my
Yeah, I think you need to pro item augments and then start thinking about like an alternative way to make it work. Um, yeah,
there's a loot sub. You see what that Ionia was? Was it,
I
it
missed
was
it.
XP again. XP.
Yeah.
I think this could be the last game because I already went to the 6.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm unlocking Ori here. I see Double Trouble again.
um.
And I believe, did I scout? I assume I scouted. Okay, here it is. This guy
Not that
wants to
many.
be Ori, but no, it seems like nobody has. Yeah, I guess there's that Sona player, so nobody has like committed a Caitlyn or a Vi.
Mhm. Also, I think your setup could play for AD also, but oh, you got double rod. I haven't seen that one. Okay. I mean, mm,
I didn't even know that was possible.
yeah, I was gonna say before you got the double rod, you had like rage blade and stuff. So, um, I mean, but maybe everything's okay to commit here. You can commit. I mean, it's probably not left, and I don't. I guess you can take right because it's scuttle puddle.
Yeah.
Um, you- yeah, I guess, but you don't know what your void is.
Oh,
Uh,
did I not check? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. If you've seen one. That's the
Yeah, I
thing.
don't think I have. Okay, so you would not do that blind.
I'd be like pretty scared of doing that blind. um,
Okay.
I guess like if you truly see nothing else to play, which I guess your argument's pretty bad. But I think this is like I don't know, if we didn't like slam the Ori, then like maybe there was a way to just like take makeshift or something and then play around like Warwick or something. But
Okay, so you
um
would not slam there on 1-4.
um yeah, I think like I like because I saw like Zon opener with like Trist also. Like I can't be open to some AD
Hmm.
based on the augment pick. I don't feel like I'm like always playing through Ori with the Zon opener. Um, I feel like you unlock Ori if you feel like your best line is always gonna be to play through Ori, right? And like I mean, definitely on like prismatic augments, I don't unlock Ori like prismatic 2-1 because your line selection can change a lot based on the augment. But just in general, line selection can change on augments, right? So like yeah.
Yeah.
And the trade-off to not liking Ori is usually just like you're weak over like one round for like more flexibility, I guess.
Mhm. Okay, off carousel, I want belt.
Yep.
And then 3-2, I probably want that
Oh
or
yeah.
more econ.
This is here. I think either is fine. I think it'd probably be based on the quality of the augments and how much, yeah, how good they are at combat econ. Because I feel like you could definitely use both. Like, even though it's Scuttle, you can still use econ to like hit like on good tempo.
Okay. Would you have slam stoneplate here?
Uh, like Stoneplate's like pretty bad, double trouble, and you're not really on a streak. Oh, Axiom.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
Oh, I
spark.
already
Never
have
mind.
spark.
Yeah, it's one of these tank ones. Yeah, second one is good.
Second one. Okay, so most likely I'm sending it on 4-1.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm behind Stoneplate here, so I just think it makes you a lot stronger right now.
It's another tank item. Or I
I like
guess
Router tier. I mean, Glove is also okay. Fly tier, yeah. Horse. Okay, Echo
it's
3.
actually stronger to move it onto the malz. Sure.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
No Void, 2 Echo 2s, and they have Zon active. And it's still like stage 3, so like I feel like your Echoes can stay alive.
Okay.
I feel like it's something like without Void, it shouldn't be stronger, but
Yeah.
I don't know if the interaction is like that OP. But now you're also pressured to roll again. So, all right, like, are you rolling here?
Oh, because I want one more malz, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think you rolled like a couple times just now. I think this is still okay. But I do think you could just stay on the Echo too.
Okay. Yeah. Fade, go to. I think that's another pattern I've noticed is I'm like trying to get to an ideal board on some preconceived notion of when I should be rolling. Like I keep on thinking on 3-5, if I level, I should be rolling for my 3 cost 2-star or 4-1. When what I should really be thinking about is how much incrementally stronger is that and how much gold will it actually cost me and whether that trade-off is worth.
Yep, totally agree with that.
Okay, not that much stronger than Mel's. And it's really expensive. Now 2 plus second.
Yeah, I think it's like definitely because you have these like 2-star 2 costs that like should be strong in stage 3. Like like normal Echo reroll is usually strong in stage 3. XI 2 is usually strong. That like you should feel less like you want to get off of those.
Right. Wasn't sure what to do with these components. I want to save a vest for Sunfire.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
Oh,
I'm on Econ Scuttle Puddle. So then this time I'm like, and then doing Comets Core last time didn't really work out. So I was like wondering if I needed combat here.
um, yeah, I feel like if you think you're just sitting on tempo anyway, which is like 5-5-1 with like Scuttle Puddle or 5-2, like yeah, might be better to take combat. I don't know. Punch for Life with 5 is that? But it's overlapping stats, like also. Actually, what damage amp and then armor MR. So we get 12.5 damage amp. I don't feel like that's good enough. So I feel like I still default Commerce Core here just because the other ones don't seem
I
good
see.
enough. Good make argument for belts. I think I like the combat strength from belts more than bronze for life. I
Okay,
don't know you
because
agree.
I'll have 2 utils.
Yeah, you get Sunfire, you have Warmogs, which like scales with the augment more. I just think bronze for life is too weak on 5 traits. Um, yeah, and you don't really have a way of getting more traits after this either, so there's no scaling to it.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. Did I
Belts is
have
bad, but it does like combo with the double trouble in second wind. What are you
right?
saying?
This is kind of like last spot where right now I'm trying to dig for not two
Nautilus.
like 2 more Nautilus, but I'd be waiting for 4-5, or I could have just hit one Loris to be a decent amount stronger.
Um,
How much gold did I have at the start of this? 60.
yeah, I think you're lateral to like 40, maybe 32 or like Aloris or not 2. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, I feel like you had to stop. Yeah, I can play around that.
do you put this second adaptive on?
Uh,
I guess adaptive, not second.
hmm. I feel like this. I don't know the exact answer because I don't know how much like I don't know if, like putting on like your front liner will like do more for you than like putting on your back liner.
Okay.
Because I don't know how well it functions with like is this just like the main mouse are doing a bunch of damage over time? Because I can see that being the case, and you should just put on your front liner then.
Okay, let's look at the damage chart. I assume that's the case. I'm surprised I won that fight. Looking back, that was Braun 2, List 2. I guess he's
Maybe
like
they're
double econ.
yeah, maybe his arguments are not that good. Yeah, I mean I kind of like putting it on the front liner here. I might put the spark on
Yeah, the
the
spark
other
on a
guy.
separate.
Yeah, something like this. It's really close. I feel like probably don't want to clump for the Swain.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think same siding helps you that much. We know it's mostly just this like super mouse that are doing most of our work.
Okay, just put these two in the other side and Swain.
Yeah, I think so. Also, I think it'll make it less likely like that Volibear jumps on your backline too, because I
Right.
think it's like a clump targeting. So
You send it here for not 3 as well.
probably. I don't think like level 8 gives you that much, and I think the HP is getting very close. 40 gold should be enough to hit like 2 Nautilus.
Yeah. Stone plates feels really bad.
Yeah. But yeah, our bonus kind of got. I don't know how I got this way. I guess it's like this is like the snowball making the first stone plate, but it
Yeah.
was like the trade off that we made for the tempo earlier. So I feel like it's okay because we got the win stage 3. But I
This
think
board
it's not
does
bad.
seem much stronger with this Bronze for Life. But I agree that the belts probably would have been even better.
I guess we got a bunch of items anyway, so maybe belts would not have been. That's good. Oh wow. Okay.
And 3-star luck.
I mean, we do need the belts for its own. Oh yeah, 3-star lux. Okay. I also think your item setup is like way better this game compared to the
Yeah.
other game. Or
This
carry at
board
least.
is pretty strong, right? Like has
Yeah,
Renekton 2,
2-star.
Kindred 2, Senna 2.
Yeah, we beat this. Wow.
I'm missing anti-heal. Wait, I have that as an option?
Nope.
Yeah, now it's just
Hmm.
3-star Lux wins. I assume it's not another warden here compared to
Um,
Bronze for Life.
oh yeah, I'm down for the fiddle.
Okay. Oh, it should have been adaptive there. Matter.
I don't know. Yeah, whichever one is probably pretty close. I mean, technically you move like the steadfast if you have the removers, but I think like
Yeah.
visage steadfast is like the best items.
Okay. I think in hindsight, yeah, at this point, think about how much stronger when sending. Think about how big a spike. How much did it cost to get a big if my board is already reasonably strong and sit a little lower and more gold, especially if all right, cool. Any other like high level patterns you see from these games?
I think we covered most of them.
Okay. Sounds good.
Um,
I'll give you a little break before you give me your talk.
okay, yeah. Cool.
I figure I can at the end, like after you're done with your talk, I can let everyone know that you do coaching and uh, that you're open to people like reaching out to you. I figure a lot of the people in TFT Dojo would potentially be interested in being coached by you if they feel like they resonate with how you approach the game.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
And
I'm
then
a little,
also for YouTube as well.
yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know if I'm gonna get to posting notes on the slides, so I don't know if you want to link the slides, but I appreciate you posted on YouTube.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, what
yeah.
about the slides?
Oh, I didn't really get to putting any notes on them, so I don't know if it's good to link them.
Oh, okay. I think it's fine. Like I think people appreciate the slides even if there aren't no.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I hope it's a good talk because I feel like the elo of TFT Dojo is probably higher than who I'm used to teaching. So
Yeah. There's a good amount of like Trials Cups players inside.
yeah,
And
I don't want to like talk about stuff that's like too general or obvious, but
yeah.
hopefully it's good.
We got a good amount of people, 18 people interested.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Thanks, Gren, for offering to do this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks for
I'll
getting
talk
off
to
your
you
meeting.
in a few minutes. Then look forward to hearing your whole talk.
Yep. Okay. See
All
you
right.
then.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.